Welcome back to the Light Renegades. My name is Starr. Thank you so much for joining me today, everyone. I'm going to have to apologize because I feel in a very strange space right now, but Teams of Light have assured me that I should be creating videos today. And I was not expecting what has stepped forward to be where I find myself right now and what I'm going to be sharing with you all today. So please just go easy with self. Please do, I think, go slowly with what I'm about to share with you because it's not going to resonate for everyone. So please don't panic. And also those that it does resonate with, do not panic also because there is a lot that is being brought to the surface so that we can face it now. But also this aspect of why we came here and just exactly why we are here. And I've been doing a lot of deep soul searching, a lot of deep soul diving over the past few weeks, over the past few months, and really coming to understand why I'm here and exactly what my purpose has been. I guess to be returning at this moment in time, specifically now through a space where there is a lot of energy coming into us, where we are changing ever rapidly. And I got really emotional just before sitting down to film this for you all because it very much felt like I was saying goodbye, and I was going to be saying goodbye to so many right now in this present given time because I'm going to go through a lot of changes. And I think maybe back in 2022, Anna Maria, myself, and Cabela all sat down together and Teams of Light stepped forward and they said, there's going to be a moment in your path where you completely shift and you completely change and no one is going to be able to recognize you anymore. And I definitely feel that I'm coming to those spaces. I've been feeling this brewing just behind me, and also just before it reached the surface within me. And I think for the longest time, I've just been fighting this path because I've just been wanting to, somewhere stay where I was because it felt scary to be stepping into the unknown. And you've all witnessed me step into the unknown time and time again here. Those that have been here for the longest time, that have been following in, I couldn't be more appreciative of you. But I feel like I've just come to a space in my journey where everything is not as it once was, and anything that I held on to as understanding reality is just constantly slipping away. And there is a layer of mass fear that definitely comes with that. No matter how magical these things are, it is incredibly destabilizing and confusing at times. And I very much feel the strongest that I've ever felt in my life, specifically energetically, and also coming back into a space of really communing with my body again. But I feel like I'm on the precipice of just falling into an abyss that I just haven't experienced before, and this is why I came here. And there has been a lot of questions unanswered on my path because I now see that I just wasn't ready to be able to be stepping into that which I know I'm actually here for. And I don't know if I'm going to be going into that today specifically, but I've been told somewhat that I will be doing in the future. And this is very much connecting to many of you here that are already watching as well. And for some time I was saying that there is this space that I couldn't quite access, that I couldn't quite understand. And I revealed to you all that that was a portal, and whether you get to say yes or no to that expression was going to be entirely up to you. And we have now decided whether we wanted to step through into that portal or not. So this is where some of you, what I have to share from this moment in time will not make any sense to you. And this is going to be the point where we do not keep in contact. This is going to be the point where you are not going to be guided to be returning to be watching any of my content, or speaking to me, I want to say in real life either, because it's just not going to align who I am anymore. And it's been incredibly emotional for me, specifically over the past few weeks, to just realize and witness and see the spaces where I know that I'm not going to be anymore. And it's been difficult, and I think so many of you in the collective are also going through these stages / will be going through these phases. I think in the next 6 to 8 months, if not in the next 2 years, I feel like I've been catching people just at the point of them deciding to make this shift or not. And it's been really interesting to be able to witness this space happen in so many different aspects of people's lives, and those that aren't necessarily in these spaces in terms of like spirituality or energy work, but seeing where they have made these shifts in other spaces and knowing that they are in other realms, but in this present given time they're doing very normal things. So it's interesting for me to see the contrast of that and see behind the scenes, and knowing that just because someone is here and they are living, I guess, a very seemingly normal life, we have no idea what they're doing behind closed doors or what they're doing in other spaces. And I've been privy to a lot of that information, and I'm grateful for that. And I've seen a lot of things that perhaps many beings haven't seen in this lifetime already, and I feel incredibly grateful for that. It's been incredibly harrowing to witness those spaces also. So today's message is going to come from the Angelic Kingdom. I was given an overview of what they were going to share with us today just before sitting down. They didn't give me any messages before that, apart from me putting out a post on Instagram. And I want to say, if you do not follow me on Instagram, please do follow me on Instagram. It's in the description, because I have been spending a little bit more time over there, and I think that's going to be a space where I do commune a little bit more frequently moving forward. So please do follow me over there, because there's kind of lots of little tricks and tips and things that I've been sharing of late that have been of great wealth, I think, and specifically in stories too. I've been kind of getting a bit chatty in there again, so please do look out for that. But the Angelic Kingdom wants to speak to us today, and this is going to be all angels, realm, space, and time that are stepping forward, and specifically those that are at the forefront of our ascension process. And if you are here and you have no idea what that means, please pause here and do some research, because I do think we're going to get some very last stragglers stepping forward that are going to be, what on earth is going on? I don't know why I'm here. I don't know what is happening, but their soul has chosen to take this pathway and walk through this portal. And that's definitely how I felt, I think, back in 2020, when I decided to just start listening to the universe and the signs that were being brought to me. So if you are that person, please do not hesitate to reach out. I'll be able to help you. It's exactly why I'm here. But I'm not going to share anymore. I feel like I've shared enough, and I'm going to let the Angelic Council step forward and speak through me and see what they wish to share for the collective today. But I think I was definitely taken by surprise, and also not at the same time. I think energetically I've been working up to this behind the scenes, and I could feel like something else was coming, but I just had no words for it whatsoever, because it's just been sensations, it's just been energies, and I think so many of you are in this expression as well. But give me a moment. I'm going to let the Angelic Council step forward. Thank you all for being with us today. We have some news that might set fear in some, but this is something that has been planned for a real long time. There is an expression that is stepping forward to your collective right now, specifically coming from the negative reptilian order, and it's had its claws in this expression for a real long time. They've been planning this strategic motion right now that we are all experiencing, and this is something that has been going on behind the scenes. So many of you have stepped forward. This dear soul shared that some of you have been recruited in dream time for task force. Many of you are in awareness of this, some of you in subconscious awareness of this, but you've been feeling the shifts. If you've been waking up and feeling incredibly exhausted, it is because you have been drafted in to help us. And this is not going to be something that resonates with everyone. And we do not want any of you to be sinking into fear. It is not about fear. The tasks that you will be partaking in are things that you were already decided to do this lifetime, pre-incarnation, and things that you signed up for in many different aspects of yourself and soul, so that you could continue to walk forward in the ascension process, but also helping so many. This is about collective consciousness. This is about pulling back aspects of the light so that we can all walk in a lighter space together. We know that so many of you have just been reaching the peaks of your understanding and expression in terms of vibration and frequency. And we want to share that nothing that you will be doing with us is going to stop you from enjoying your life. Just life will look incredibly different than perhaps you've experienced before. And this is something that we've been gearing you up for an incredibly long time. And if this is messages for you, you're going to understand exactly what we are saying to you. There are many of you that have been fighting this process, including this dear soul, and she now understands why. And it's because so much in your reality is going to shift, and there's going to be others out there that will not be able to understand or perceive exactly what you are experiencing. There is a layer of fear of isolation that steps forward when we step into this paradigm, when you step into this paradigm in your human vessels. Because it feels like separation, it feels like loss. This dear soul has been explaining how she feels like she's been dying constantly over and over again over the past few weeks, over the past few months, over the past few years. And this is the only way that the body can completely catch up with and understand the energetic resonance that is trying to communicate and conjoin with it. You are ready to move forward in a new paradigm. Some of you have been witnessing this, feeling stronger sensations, seeing things out of the corner of your eyes. The lights have been being brighter. You've been understanding the messages that you've been receiving. Deeper knowing, deeper understanding, feeling more wise, feeling stronger. Those that haven't been listening to the call, please pause. Please choose you, and please do step forward to hear this understanding. You know that we have been calling you. There is no wrong path, there is no wrong way. But to say no right now is going to be something that will feel crippling to you. If you watch this and you sink into fear, that is completely okay, but please know that we are here to support you. So call upon us and we shall make ourselves known to you. And specifically to those that work a lot in the dream time, please start to make strong references to your dreams, because we are giving you so much information that you should be using in your waking life also. There is an understanding that is being brought to the surface right now that so many are just on the precipice of stepping into and being in full cognizant awareness of what is happening around them. So many of you have been caught so far into the 3D, and we ask so many of you to take a step back so that you could attune to this frequency. This is the second request for this notion. And we say this with much love in our hearts, but knowing that if you do not choose yes now, if you do not say yes to you now, it's going to be a longer path moving forward. So we are at crunch time. This is time for you to decide. There are no wrong answers, but please hear our call. If this message is for you, you will know that it is for you. If you've been receiving understandings in your dreams, it is not real. It is very true. And we want to say that we never give information or resources or understandings that will leave you in fear. Perhaps they will somewhere, but this is not going to be something that is terrifying to you or leaves you in horror or in fear. This is another tactic of those souls out there that wish to keep you stuck, wish to keep you trapped. So please make sure that you are deciphering your dreams in as healthy way as possible. Please do step forward to the soul to help you decipher your dreams and the messages. This is also another reason why she is here. We want to say that there is a war that has been waging on, and we are coming to crunch time for that war to be brought to the surface to so many. You know by now what has been happening with regards to politics and the stance of many aspects of this world completely faltering and crumbling behind the scenes. And we want to say that energetically we are coming to a point where the phantoms are coming to light, where the devils are coming to the surface, where the goblins, the ghouls, and everything else that you might have considered to be of horror is now going to be brought to the surface for so many to see. These are going to be souls that are plagued by this expression, whether they have had previous lifetimes in such notions, whether this is aspects of themselves stepping forward so that they can work through this karma with themselves energetically. We are here to support them. But so many of you are very much in a very real and true spiritual warfare, we want to say, draft position right now. There has been a war that has been waging on for an incredibly long time. And so many of you have been part of this lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. So many of you have been running from this truth, have been running back to strict doctrine for understandings, and we want to say that you are out of those parameters. That was a safety measure. That was something that we stepped forward with at a time where it was so important for humanity to be molding its core basis at unconditional love and the ways that it could then, but so much has changed. We are living in different parameters, and specifically those that I hear right now, those that will be joining in the next few weeks, there is going to be an influx of souls stepping forward to this channel and this understanding. Because you are in a very different fight. You are helping close down timelines that no longer need be in the expression of all, but you decided this before you incarnated. So please do hear these words, listen to this message over and over again, and please do step forward and ask to speak to us. We will make ourselves known to you, whether this is through aspects of dream time, whether this is through songs that you might hear, whether this is through things that other people say to you. We will make sure that you receive this message, whether this is just a deep knowing or visions that you might be receiving or sensations. You will know what is for you. And please, please, please do not ignore the signs. If you believe it is a sign, then it is a sign. And do not sink into fear, do not sink into anger, do not sink into lower vibrational energies. And when we say there is a war that is going to be waging on, this is not going to be something that you will not be able to fight. And we will let this dear soul explain exactly everything that we mean, because we think it's going to be easier to be coming through her and her expression. As we've been receiving this transmission through us, we've been allowing her to see exactly what we mean moving forward, so that she can come into this understanding with you all. And this has been something that she has been working on behind the scenes without realizing it. So we are coming to a full circle moment. Everything that we did together in the Darkness series, everything that we did in our previous channelings connecting to aspects of, we want to say, shadow at this point. We think shadow is the best word. It is being brought to the surface so it can be filtered out through different timelines and through the expressions of the negative reptilian order and their influence. There is a strain of darkness that need not be existing where we find ourselves right now, and this is what we are eradicating. We do not want to look much deeper than this picture right now, because there is just understandings that if we try to bring them forward too soon, it would just completely melt the mind. So we are taking it step by step, process by process, and thank you all for sticking it out and for being here through every aspect of this soul stepping forward, all of the Light Renegades stepping forward and sharing the information, because it has truly helped all of you mold yourselves into the spaces where you are now and the spaces that you should be communing in moving forward. And we say this with so much love in our heart, and obviously you all have free will, you all have free choice, but we promise you, if you decided this before you incarnated, this is going to be the best path for you now. Your soul will always scream to be joining, to be fighting, to be with us, and we love you the most. Please know that you have to decide for your true happiness, but understanding that true happiness comes from soul, so it might take some time to fully understand whom you are, why you are here. We ask this all to put out a plea, a call to so many still refuse to step forward. Please listen to this. Please listen to the instinctual expression of you restricting self and not wanting to step forward to receive help. There is a blockage there that so many feel they deserve to be suffering, they deserve to be in the dark, they deserve to be in the silence. This is not true. We want you to step forward so that we can help and guide and assist you in the next steps moving forward in your life, and however that looks for you. And please know that we'll still be sharing information and aspects of this journey that is going to be helpful to those that are on the slower path. This is not us walking away from you if you feel like this is not going to be the path for you. We'll be still sharing information that is going to resonate with you. There will just be some aspects and understandings that step forward that will not resonate with you any longer, and you will know this in your heart to be your truth or not. But we think that best be all for today. We hope that this has made sense somewhere, and we will let the soul explain everything that we have just been telling her. But thank you for stepping forward. Thank you for choosing the path of light, and we are completely here to support you. Please just do not ever hesitate to reach out to us, and no inkling or expectation is too small, or there is nothing that you can ask us that we consider to be petty or inferior to our understanding. That is a complete myth. No guides or teams of light wish to not be communing with you, even if it is just aspects of very day-to-day 3D human living. That's exactly why we are here, so have no fear in that. Keep asking the difficult questions, keep asking the small questions, because sometimes the smallest question is often the biggest expression and answer that you can be using stepping forward. But that's all from ourselves today, and we'll be back very soon. Take care for now. There was a lot that I was seeing behind the scenes, and I think that the only way that I can describe this and explain how it's been stepping forward towards me is that I have been guided to and delving back into a lot more anime, and this was something that I used to watch as a teenager now and then, but I'm starting to see where their realms of understanding and what they deal with is very much how life is going to look for all of us moving forward. And I was given information about portals last year, and this idea of portals have been used to be a tactic of negative influence out there, because the way that, how do I describe this? I was really, I wasn't sure when I was going to bring this information forward, but I'm being told to share it in this moment. So I'm trying to really grasp what was being downloaded to me at that some point last year. And what was posed to me is that portals act as a energetic frequency somewhere. So the way that portals work is that beings can technically stay on their land whilst teleporting into a different space and causing havoc because they don't stand outside of their energetic frequency and core through this portal. So the way that it was explained to me is that, you know, a portal is more like a tunnel of energy that collapses in on itself and then opens up on another side. So this idea of that when you are in energetic wars, and if we're thinking back to Galactic Federation of Light expressions here with Galactic Alliance with us over here on the Light Renegades now, but this idea of that we're trying to do things, you know, ethically and morally, in terms of the universe and its expanse. So this idea of, I guess, other aspects of entities playing dirty, they've been using portals and also timeline reconstruction and deconstruction as a way to kind of get through the loopholes of free will, but also keeping many stuck through this expression, and also bypassing, I guess, universal laws somewhere, because they're technically not off of their land, if this is making any sense. So what is being brought forward from the Angelic Council is that we are going in, so many of us are going in, and we are closing down aspects of these darker forces stepping forward and trying to trap other people in their spaces. And this is very much this was where I was through 2022, 2023, 2024. I just had no idea exactly what I was doing, and in different spaces I could just see myself pulling souls back and being in conversations with others. And specifically there was a lot of work, of course I've been doing this over here on the Light Renegades, but there's a lot of work that I was doing behind the scenes, also connected to celebrities. And I came out of a dream this morning with a specific celebrity right now that I've had my eye on for a real long time. And I thought, there is no part of me that doesn't believe that where I've been, where I was last night, wasn't real and true somewhere. And I think so many of you are coming to that same expression. And what the Angelic Council are bringing forward is this idea of that we are in spiritual warfare. We're going to be going into spaces and collapsing negative energy. And this is not something to fear. This is not something that is going to be outside of your parameters of what you are capable of doing, because we've been building up our energetic body to be doing this. And I've very much been shifting my expression and my understanding, and being able to just completely condense in and remove I guess darker energy and denser energy at just like a drop of a hat now. But it's not something that I have to think about. It's something that literally takes me 2 seconds to just pull out and leave. And this goes for, entities, beings, whatever else you want to call it. And it's because the vibration is so high now, we're just doing like these little bits of groundwork so that we can be moving forward or in a lighter expression. But there are going to be some souls that are in this heavy duty space. You're going to be in task force. You're going to be, I guess, in like military type spaces behind the scenes doing this work. So if this makes sense to you, it's going to make sense to you. Otherwise, it's just not going to be your space, and you're not going to understand what I've just been saying to you, or what the Angelic Council came through to share. And apologies everyone, because I was trying to channel while still trying to receive messages at the same time to bring forward to you all. But I want to say, just be very aware of where you are in your spaces, and just be aware of everything that you are consuming at this time. Please go a lot slower, and please allow for your body to catch up to where you are. My body has been going through a lot of physical changes, a lot of physical expressions again with ascension symptoms, and I've had a lot of people around me go through the same things, a lot of nausea, a lot of headaches, a lot of migraines, a lot of just feeling fatigue, a lot of just feeling dizzy. And it's interesting to me because I know where they are in different spaces behind the scenes, and some of them, I'm not communicating with them and telling them where they are because they just wouldn't be able to handle it in the 3D expression, yet their soul is off doing things in other spaces. So it's been incredibly interesting to me to know what is going on. But if you are a soul that feels confused, if you're a soul that feels fragmented, please do step forward, because I'll be able to help you understand where you are and what is going on for you. And I now realize a whole portion of why I've been here and why I was going through everything that I was in 2022, 2023, 2024 is because I was getting to know these different realms that so many of us are now going to be catapulted into. And the Darkness series was very, very integral to the work here on the Light Renegades, but also just across the board. We were opening up timelines for us to be able to step into spaces where strict doctrine doesn't necessarily matter anymore, because we're out of those parameters. And what the Angelic Council was going to bring forward, it was something that I just didn't feel in my capacities to be able to bring forward until now, because I just didn't want to take on that burden, if I'm being completely honest with you, everyone. And I already know in some spaces that, whatever I'm doing over here is just going to be considered through the dark, demonic, whatever else. And I just have to take that on the chin at this point. But I know that we are stepping into parameters of understanding that we just haven't experienced before. And this idea of breaking down that which we thought to be true from strict doctrine is now at the forefront of our expression. So we're going to be able to be experiencing different aspects of, how do I want to word this? Species of being, but also different frequencies of energy that we are now having to understand and commune with and get to know in a very personal way. And this is tying back into the Aleister Crowley series that I did, this idea of communing with the plants, and also nature as I want to say a source of energy, but also a source of a place where we can manipulate our reality. And I've come into a state of where the way that I communicate with everything is just so precise, and it's in a state of, I don't even know how to put it into words. I'm just communicating with everything. And this is something that we've been gearing up for the longest time. And I think if this makes sense to you, you're going to understand what I mean. But I look at something, I see something, I smell something, and I know that it has a message for me. I know that I'm communicating with it, and I can touch physical things, and I understand where that thing came from. I understand why that thing was created, and I understand the soul signature that is also in that essence. And there are very how do I want to word this? There are very material things that have been placed in our world that actually have soul aspects to them that you perhaps wouldn't expect. So if you feel like you want to touch things in your house and it feels very random, and you feel like you want to touch things and communicate things, I promise you that thing is communicating with you. So trust in your intuitive nudgings, trust in where you are being led and where you are being guided. And apologies that this is just here, there, and everywhere, everyone, but I feel like there is just a frequency that is being pushed through me and through to all of you here that will be watching that will make sense to you. And this is almost an activation space too. And please do not sink into fear with this. If you are here and this makes sense to you, you chose this before incarnating, so you know you're going to understand exactly why you are here, and you're going to be prepared for the movements moving forward. And this is not war where, you know, we're going to be losing our lives here. It's not about that. It's about us stepping in and helping those that we know perhaps are trapped in other spaces. And this is something that has been going on with the Light Renegades for the entirety of this time. I've been working with children behind the scenes for a real long time in many different spaces, as have so many of you. And I want to say, trust in your dream times. And specifically, if you have been dreaming of me of late, if I've come into your plane of existence and I've not been sharing things that is, I don't know, scary or not helpful, or I don't know, just something that is negative towards you, please know that if you've been dreaming of me, that is my soul's aspect stepping towards you somewhere and sharing a message with you. So trust in that energy. If it's a helpful message, if you feel like that was something that is going to help you, trust in that soul signature. And I felt very surprised to be sharing that. I was told that I was going to say that before sitting down. So, you know, sometimes I'm not in conscious awareness of all the spaces that I'm in, but sometimes that I am. And please know that I'm going to be used moving forward to be giving messages to people that need to hear it. So if you've been feeling a call to step towards me, please know that I will have answers for you. And I put out this plea before. It's like, maybe it's not your intuition that is stopping you from reaching out. Maybe it's this expression of, I'm fearful of what's to come next. And I've definitely been here on this path time and time again. I've been on the precipice of tipping into this abyss and just being completely terrified because it's a new space, and knowing that there might be some around me, most people around me, that are not going to be able to understand where I've been and what I've been doing. But at the same time is that I've been recruiting people that are around me that do understand what I'm speaking on, that do understand the expressions that I'm on, perhaps not all of them, but I can see exactly where they are, and I think, okay, we're going to be able to help each other moving forward. So trust in that too. Trust in the people that are going to be coming towards you. Please use your discernment, because there is going to be an influx of those that are going to try and halt you on your path, but I promise you, you will see it. This is not going to be something that will blindside you. You are just going to know the people that are for you and the people that are not moving forward. And this is no disrespect to them. Not everyone that is on the same vibration is here, you know, to harm us or to be a hindrance to us. That's not what I'm saying. But those specifically that are here for ill intent towards you, those that have been sent on the same task force but a different side of the spectrum, they will be stepping towards you too. So please be aware of this, everyone. And this was something that I've shared time and time again. This is why Mr. C stepped forward and to share his expression, because he knows these parameters and these entities, these I guess different aspects of what is possible right now, because we're going to see an influx of that. And I'm going to share a little bit more about this when the time feels right. I feel like there's going to be a little bit of a stopgap to let everyone kind of simmer down into their expression, into their understandings, going back and checking on their dreams. If you've been having a dream journal for a while, please go back and filter through that, because there's been information that has already been given to you, and it's definitely something that I know that I need to go and do also. And please just get to bed early so that you can sleep. This is something that I've been absolutely terrible for the entirety of this path, and teams of light have been like, you have to go to bed right now, stop working, stop what you were doing, and go to sleep, because there's things that we need to show you. So if you've been feeling that inclination, if you've been feeling like you need to be restructuring your schedule, please do that. And if you've been feeling like you want to go for a nap in the middle of the day, please do that, because I promise you it's for purpose. Please listen to what your body is telling you right now. It's communicating with you for what you need moving forward in this ascension process, but also I guess these mini task force that we've been assigned to that's interesting. But I think that best be all. I feel like I could just keep talking at everyone today. But I think that's it. I think that's all we need. Please go easy. Please go well. If you do have questions, please do not hesitate to reach out. All you have to do is email me. Please do follow me on Instagram. There's going to be a lot more information that I'm putting out on there, and many different aspects as well. And if you would like to join me on Sunday to have a place of pause, to be delving into self-love and the expression of how to cope within the chaos, please do step forward to that also. I've put some links in the community tab for that. But I think that's it. Yeah, that's it from the Angelic Council today and from me. And if you do have questions, please do not hesitate to reach out. But that's all from today. Take care.